The worst gamer deaths ever. Be real, you just doing psychology to avoid math? No, bro. I had to do math in like biology and other stuff. I had to do bro, math is in every single like not in every single major, but math is in like mostly in majority of majors, you feel me? Like you're going to be doing math somewhere in one of your classes, bro. Especially in a science class. I don't know why in a science class you're doing math, bro. Whenever they started adding math to science, that's when I started losing my mind about school. I knew school was just a scam. That's when I found out school was a scam. That right there. But yeah, let's get into this video, bro. The worst gamer deaths ever.
The StarCraft incident. On August 5th, 2005, 28-year-old Lee Sung-seop entered an internet cafe in Daegu, South Korea.
My bad, y'all.
He ordered a soda, logged into StarCraft, and began playing. Hours turned into days. Witnesses said he rarely moved from his chair, taking only short breaks to the toilet. By the second night, he had been at the keyboard for nearly 50 hours.
So,
his posture sagged.
Wait, whoa. So they let him sit here for that long? I'm not gonna lie. Shut your mouth. All right. So what I was gonna say, why did they let him sit here for this long?
Bloodshot, but he kept clicking. The cafe manager urged him to stop, but Lee shook his head and loaded another match. At dawn on the third day, he suddenly collapsed. Paramedics arrived quickly, but he was unresponsive. At the hospital, doctors confirmed cardiac arrest brought on by exhaustion, dehydration, and blood clotting from immobility.
What? Why did he go out like that? Why did he decide to do that?
He was pronounced dead shortly after arrival.
What was the method?
Electrocution. On July 9th, 2017.
I think I heard of this one before.
Iloilo City, Philippines, a 12-year-old boy was playing Pokemon Go with friends. They wandered near a construction.
Bro, I think I remember this one. Like did his phone explode? Let's just watch it. I think I remember this one.
The boy, holding his phone, climbed onto a metal structure close to overhead power lines.
Okay, that's him.
Witnesses said he lost his balance and reached out for support. His hand made contact with a live electrical cable. A loud crack followed, and he collapsed instantly. Friends screamed for help.
Okay, bro, what? Okay. Okay, bro, that was on him.
Rushed over. Emergency responders arrived quickly, but the boy showed no signs of life. He was pronounced dead from electrocution. Authorities confirmed that he had been distracted by the game, which led him into a dangerous area. The accident was covered by local news outlets and cited as part of a series of Pokemon Go-related fatalities worldwide.
Bro, didn't Pokemon Go have phones exploding? Like, I promise you, when Pokemon Go came out, phones were exploding, bro. Like, people were like their phones would overheat to the point where they would explode in their hands, bro. I swear that was a thing. Hold on, I'm finna look it up. So I'm tripping. That never happened, apparently. I'm tripping.
Where players focused on the...
I could have sworn this game had phones exploding.
Dangerous environments. The Minecraft incident.
I might just be tripping.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on
it.
Just by
2015, a 17-year-old boy entered an internet cafe in Pampanga, Philippines. He logged into Minecraft and began what became a marathon session. Witnesses said he played for almost 3 straight days, taking only brief naps at the desk. Staff grew concerned when they noticed he had not eaten properly and had barely moved.
Bro, why do they even allow... There's got to be a time limit on, like... There's got to be a time limit for how long you can sit in places like this. Because what? 3 days, dog? 3 days. Are you serious? You have nothing going on in your real life to the point where you can sit in a like library and play Minecraft for 3 days straight? You know what I'm saying?
Chair. On the third day, as he leaned forward to type, his body went limp. He collapsed onto the keyboard and did not get up again. Friends called for help, and staff attempted first aid. Paramedics arrived, but pronounced him dead at the scene. Local doctors later cited cardiac failure linked to severe exhaustion and dehydration after continuous gaming. The Call of Duty swatted. On December 28, 2017, 2 Call of Duty players in the United States got into an online argument over a $1.50 wagered match.
$1.50? Oh, hell no.
Casey Viner into an online argument over a $1.50 wagered match.
Nigga, what? Bro, $1.50, bro? Why are we even playing at that point? We might as well play for free.
One player, Casey Viner, asked another, Tyler Barris, to swat his opponent by calling police to
Oh my, he swatted him over $1.50 over pocket change. You can find that shit in the couch, bruh. He swatted that nigga over some shit you can find in the couch. Bro, you can't make this up, bro.
Barris dialed 911 in Los Angeles and reported a fake hostage situation in Wichita, Kansas. The address he gave was not his rival's, but belonged to 28-year-old Andrew Finch, who had no connection to the dispute.
Oh my God. So he got, wait,
Police
I'm gonna watch it.
surrounded Finch's home. When he opened the door, officers ordered him to raise his hands. Confused, he moved slightly, and an officer fired a single
Bro,
shot. Finch
he got this nigga killed, bro. He wasn't on the game. He wasn't, wow, he didn't even swat the right dude, bro. He didn't even swat the right dude. He didn't even give the right address. He got a random innocent civilian killed, bro, over pocket change, bro. I promise you right now, I can find $1.50 in my car seat, in between my car seat. I promise you I could. I promise you I could. And he just lost his life over that, bro. And he had no connection to either one of those kids. That's sad.
was killed instantly in front of his family. The case
In front of his
shocked the
family.
gaming world. Barris was later sentenced to 20 years in prison.
20? Take this nigga's life.
Sentence. The We Fit incident. On December 28th,
Bro, that's crazy, bro.
25-year-old Tim Eves from Sittingbourne, Kent, received a Nintendo Wii Fit as a Christmas present. Excited to try it, he began using the console's fitness
Oh my
programs on
God.
Boxing Day. Family members later reported that he exercised intensely for several hours with the balance board and aerobic mini games. That evening,
No way he
after
died.
finishing a workout, he complained of chest pains and shortness of breath. His mother urged him to rest. Minutes later, he collapsed in the living room. Paramedics were called.
Okay, that's
immediately.
sad, though.
Despite resuscitation attempts,
How
was
long did he
declared
sit
dead
on there
at the
for?
scene. An inquest found that Tim had suffered a sudden cardiac arrhythmia. Though rare, doctors noted that strenuous physical activity can sometimes trigger fatal heart irregularities in young adults. The case was widely reported in the UK as the first known
Okay, that shit's
death
unfortunate.
to refit activity. The Counter-Strike incident. On February...
Is getting a Wii Fit kind of an insult? I never thought about it like that. I really never thought about it like that, Up. That's actually a good question. Like, imagine you're hoping to get like an Xbox or a PlayStation or like a GameCube, something, whatever time it was during the time. Nah, they give you a Wii Fit, bruh. They calling you fat, bro. Like they niggas said you need to get fit. Get your fat ass on the Wii Fit, bro. Nah, you didn't get no Xbox, you didn't get no PlayStation, bro. Get on this Wii Fit. That's crazy, though.
2010, in
I never thought about it like that. That's a good way to think about
sat in an
it. That's a
internet
funny way to
cafe
think about
playing
it.
Counter-Strike. They began to argue over strategy and insults in the game. Witnesses said the argument grew heated, with both shouting loud enough to attract attention across the room. One man stood up and pushed the other. Staff intervened and briefly separated them, but the fight continued outside the cafe. The aggressor grabbed a knife and stabbed his opponent multiple times in the chest and abdomen. Bystanders called for help, but the victim collapsed on the pavement before paramedics arrived. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Police quickly arrested the attacker, who admitted to losing his temper during the argument.
He will respawn, wait a few minutes? Why did they say that?
Admitted to losing his temper during the argument. The killing was widely reported in Chinese media as another example of internet cafe disputes turning deadly. Local authorities used the case to highlight the growing problem of violence connected to online gaming in public
crazy,
spaces.
bro.
The GTA incident. On August 3rd,
Yeah, that one's pretty.
in Bangkok, Thailand.
I feel like
ISIS
that had nothing to do with the game. That's just like niggas got issues. That has nothing to do with the game, bro. Like that could have happened over a regular cup of coffee. They went out. They just started arguing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that could have happened over anything.
student Paul Wachino hailed a taxi late at night. When they reached his destination, instead of paying, he pulled a knife and attacked the 54-year-old driver.
Wow.
He stabbed him multiple times before dragging the body from the car and attempting to drive away. Witnesses quickly alerted police, who intercepted him only minutes later. He confessed that he had been playing Grand Theft Auto and wanted to know what it felt like to hijack a car in real life.
Bro, these
Investigators
niggas
said
are-
he should-
That's just. I don't understand. That's just so that pisses me off, bro. That is so selfish, bro. Like, you gonna take a 53-year-old man's life just so you can know what it feels like to be in GTA. This shit is sad, bro. Like, that is so sad. Like, that just goes to show how unlucky you could be and just encounter somebody that's just in their feelings about want to do something, bro. Like, I could come across somebody randomly in a store and he just feels like dumping a mag on me just so he knows what it feels like to kill somebody, bro. Like, that's so unfortunate, dog. Real talk. It's just sad when you think about that, bro. Because you can lose your life over literally nothing, dog. Over someone else's selfish thoughts. That's just so sad to me, bro.
Showed no signs of intoxication or mental illness, only fixation on the game. The teenager was charged with murder and robbery.
And you see what I'm talking about? Like, he just wanted to know. He just wanted to know what it felt like, bro. Nothing was wrong with him. They literally said nothing was wrong with him, bro.
Copies of Grand Theft Auto 4 from store shelves, citing the killing as evidence of dangerous influence. The crime received international coverage and became one of the first game-inspired homicides. The VR incident. On December 21st, 2017, a 44-year-old man in Moscow, Russia, was at home using a virtual reality headset.
I can already tell how this goes, bro. He's gonna hit something, probably hit his head. Something sad, something unfortunate is about to happen. For sure.
While immersed in the game, unaware of obstacles around him.
Yeah.
Investigators later determined that he stumbled while playing and crashed directly into a glass table. The impact shattered the surface, slicing deep into his body.
Damn.
Alone in the apartment, he was unable to call for help. Neighbors reported hearing a loud crash, but did not enter. Hours later, family members found him lying in the living room surrounded by broken glass. He had bled to death from severe wounds to his head and neck. Moscow authorities confirmed the accident,
Yeah, that's
noting
sad,
that it was
bro.
one of the first recorded cases of a fatality linked directly to the use of a VR headset. The unusual circumstances attracted international attention, with headlines highlighting the hidden dangers of playing immersive games in unsafe environments. The World of Warcraft incident. On February 1st, 2007, a 26-year-old man walked into an internet cafe in Guangzhou, China. He sat down, opened World of Warcraft, and began to play. Witnesses later said he barely spoke, only pausing for instant noodles or brief toilet breaks.
At least he was
passed,
eating.
then day 2. He remained in the same
But
seat,
instant noodles,
eyes
bro?
fixed on the screen, fingers steady on the mouse. By the 3rd day, his movement slowed.
Why are they staying in these internet cafes for so long, bro? Do they not have a home? Like, no, like, genuinely, bro. You gotta have something going on outside your life besides this, bro. Where you can waste your life away inside an internet cafe and just play the game. You know what I'm saying?
At 10 a.m., he suddenly slumped forward onto the desk. Other customers thought he had fallen asleep. After several minutes without motion, staff went to check. They shook his shoulder, but he was limp. An ambulance was called. When paramedics arrived, he showed no pulse. Doctors at the nearest hospital declared him dead, citing cardiac arrest linked to extreme exhaustion and dehydration after 3 days of continuous gaming. The Halo incident.
Yeah, like,
On
4 other
October
people
20th,
died the same way in this
2007,
video,
Wellington,
bro.
Ohio, 16-year-old Daniel Petrick argued with his parents after they confiscated his copy of Halo 3. They had locked the game in a safe, believing he had become dangerously addicted. While they were out, Daniel discovered where the key was hidden and retrieved both the game and his father's pistol. When his
Bro!
parents returned, he confronted them in the living room. He asked them to close their eyes, saying he had a surprise. Instead, he raised the pistol and fired. His mother, Susan, was killed instantly.
Oh,
his
hell
father,
no,
Mark,
bro.
was shot in the head, but survived. Daniel attempted to frame his father by placing the gun in his hand. Paramedics arrived quickly and saved him. Daniel was arrested and later sentenced to 23
Bro,
years to life in prison.
That's
The case
crazy.
shocked
Halo
the
over
United States.
Halo, bro. Over Halo. Yes, over Halo. Like, Halo wasn't even that good. Now, see, if it was like COD or like Destiny 1, Prime Destiny 1, maybe. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Nah, there's no excuse for doing this. But over Halo, bro, there's no reason, again, there's no reason to be doing this. But over Halo, bro, oh, hell no, you
Raising
tripping.
questions about violence.
Halo was a good game. Don't get me wrong. Halo is up there, bro. Halo is the pinnacle. Is up there for the pinnacle of gaming. I'm not gonna lie, but murking your parents over Halo, bro. Halo 3. I don't know. There's no excuse for doing that again, but over Halo 3, bro. Like, come on.
Teenage obsession. the Pokemon Cliff. On September 7th, 2016,
Damn, I'm sick, bro.
2 men in Tokushima Prefecture, Japan, were playing Pokemon Go along a coastal path. The mobile game, which used GPS and augmented reality, had become a global sensation only weeks earlier. Players often followed the app into unfamiliar areas while chasing virtual creatures. That afternoon, the men, aged 21 and 22, walked together while staring at their phones. The trail narrowed near a steep drop overlooking the sea.
No way.
Focused on the screen, they failed to notice the edge.
No
Both
way.
fell from a height of more than 65 feet. Emergency responders...
No way. No way. No way they just couldn't look up for a
by
second.
nearby witnesses. One of the men was found alive but badly injured. The other was discovered at the base of the cliff.
Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. You cannot be that immersed into your phone where you don't see a big ass drop beneath your feet over that phone. Like, bro, if I'm looking down at my phone, bro, no, wait. Damn near, bro, you can't do that. There's no way, bro. There's no way. Okay, say I'm walking. Bro, there's basically no way for you to not look down and see a big ass cliff. If you're looking at your phone like this, the phone has to be like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? You have to have the phone not even like even then you could walk and still see it. That's not even a possibility. You have to be sucked into the phone, bro. You have to be sucked into the phone to not see that.
Dead at the hospital a short time later. Japanese authorities urged players to pay more attention to their surroundings, and the case received wide coverage in national.
Bro,
and
I don't know,
international
bro.
media.
And two of them did
The
that.
League of Legends incident. On November 14th,
They both were that
2012,
immersed into the game,
a
bro.
23-year-old man entered an internet cafe in Wuhan, China. He sat at a terminal. logged into-
Another internet cafe, bro. If this dude dies of exhaustion, cardiac arrest, or lung failure, I'm closing the video.
League of Legends and began to play. Staff said he had been a regular customer, sometimes staying for long sessions, but this time he remained in his seat for nearly 23 hours without pause. Other patrons noticed him shifting uncomfortably, rubbing his chest, but he kept on playing.
Bro.
As the morning turned into afternoon, his body weakened.
Oh my
At 3
God,
p.m.,
bro.
he suddenly slumped back in his chair. His arms fell to his side, the mouse slipped from his hand. The attendant rushed over, calling his name, but he was unresponsive. Paramedics were summoned immediately. By the time they arrived,
Oh
his
my
pulse was
God,
faint
bro.
and irregular. He was transported to a nearby hospital, where doctors attempted to resuscitate him. He was declared dead shortly afterward. Medical staff attributed the death to cardiac arrest.
Oh
brought on by
my
fatigue,
God. That's like the what? That's the 5th internet cafe death from exhaustion, cardiac arrest, and lack of hydration, or lack of hydration, or lack of water, or lack of hydration. I said that right. I don't know why I corrected myself. Bro, facts, Miguel. I'm saying, like, does your body ignore the fact that you're dying, bro, while playing this game? Even then, your brain should tell you, like, bro, this is enough. Like, we've been on this shit long enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to get off. But, like, especially, like, your body, like, your body's telling you, like, when it's about to give out. There's no way.
dehydration, and prolonged immobility. It was one of several such incidents reported in China during that period. The Lineage 2 incident.
Okay, if there's one AI site
my
builder you
God,
need to
LA.
be, this is Dope Tech from Wix.
On March 29, 2005 in Shanghai, two friends, Qiu Chengwei and Zhu Kaoyuan, played the online game Lineage 2.
Can't feel yourself dying. No, bro. Like, you can feel yourself in physical, bro. Whenever you're tired, bro, your body's gonna tell you that you're tired, bro. Your body is gonna let you know that it's time to go to bed. And there's just physically no way that these people are staying up on this game for 3 days, 23 hours. You know what I'm saying? Straight, bro. And their body's not telling them, like, come on, bro. Like, that's enough. If I was getting shot, damn well I know I'm dying. Like, you're in so much physical pain that you know you're dying. Facts.
Zhu a powerful virtual sword, the Dragon Saber. Weeks later, Zhu sold it for 7,200 yuan without permission. Furious, Q demanded its return. When Zhu refused, Q reported the theft to police. At the time, Chinese law did not recognize virtual property as real, and no charges were filed. On the evening of March 29th, Q confronted Zhu in person. The argument escalated into violence. Q drew a knife and stabbed Zhu repeatedly.
Wow.
Zhu died from his wounds. Q was arrested at the scene. In June 2005, he was convicted of murder and sentenced to life imprisonment with the possibility of parole. The killing became one of the first high-profile cases linking disputes over virtual items to real-world homicide, sparking debate in China.
He spent real money on it, right?
Legal status of digital property. The Pokemon train. On August 23, 2016, in Tokushima Prefecture, Japan, a 39-year-old truck driver was driving on a rural road while playing Pokemon Go. Distracted by the game, he failed to see two women crossing at a railway intersection. The truck struck both pedestrians. One woman, aged 72, died instantly. The second, aged 60, was rushed to hospital with critical injuries and died shortly afterward. Witnesses said the driver never braked before impact. Police arrested the man at the scene. He admitted he had been playing Pokemon Go behind the wheel. Prosecutors charged him with dangerous driving resulting in death.
That's why Pokemon Go be asking you moving too quick.
Where the government
Are you on your phone?
Issued public safety warnings about the game.
Bro, nah, Pokemon Go is that shit, bro. Pokemon Go was lit when it first came out, dog. Pokemon Go was that game. It was that, bro. Everybody, Pokemon Go had everybody in the chokehold, dog. Shit was lit, bro. That game was fun. In 2016 when that game came out. Speaking of which, 2016, great year, bro. Pokemon Go is one of the reasons why 2016 was that year. That's all I'm gonna say. Pokemon Go was good, bro.
Following the tragedy,
it was all that.
the game's developer, added new warnings for players not to use the app while operating vehicles. Despite the changes, the Tokushima crash remains one of the deadliest incidents linked to mobile gaming distraction. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for similar one.
Good video, bro. That was a good video. Not half of them, but like a quarter of the deaths were just in the internet cafe, and people just refused to get up. I feel like those deaths were more like final activities that people wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were kind of like on edge on their life, and they were just like, bro, the last thing I want to do is play this game until I die. That's got to be the only explanation for those deaths. Because there's no way I can sit there and play a game for that long to the point where, you know, I'm ignoring the fact that my body is dying. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, that was a really good video. I like that video.